to declaring variables. You must understand when it comes to declaring variables. Alright, so now that we know all these things, why do we need to declare variables? Now, in programming generally, like I said, variables are stored in location. That means values are actually stored inside a variable. So this is it. I would say, I can say something like A is equal to 5, A is equal to 5, B is equal to 7. I can say C is equal to A plus B. I can now say print C. Now print C print is used to output your results. A is 5, B is 7, C is A plus B, print C. So once I run this now, the result will display. It's loading. It will display shortly. Alright, so the result is displayed. Look at it, 12. So the result is 12. So C is A plus what? A plus B. Now, what if I say something like A is equal to 6, no, 8, B is equal to 9, and I'll say A comma B is equal to B comma A, and I'll say print A and print B. Now what I did here, do you know what I just did here? What I did here is that I swapped this number. A is 8, B is 9, and I'll say the value of A and B should be replaced by the value of B and A. Automatically this will be swapped. So you can see A is supposed to be 8, but it's coming out as 9. B is supposed to be 9, it's coming out as what? As 8. So I've swapped this number. So this is one of the ways of swapping variables. So this one is swapping variables without a temporary variable, without introducing C. I can do the same thing again. I can say A is equal to 8, B is equal to 9. I can say C is equal to A plus B, and I can say A is equal to C minus A, and B is equal to C minus B. Now if I say print, just print out A comma B. Now the result of A comma B is 9 and 8. And now what I did is oh, I think I made a mistake. This is supposed to be 8, 9 and 8. Now what I did was, you know, in this place I did not use a temporary variable called C. I just use A and B, but in this place I use a temporary variable called C. Now A is equal to 8, B is 9, C is the addition of A and B, which will give us, this will give us, addition of A and B will give us 17. Then A is equal to A, the current value of A is now 17 minus A, which is 8, which will give me 9. So A is now 9. Then for B, which is 17 minus 9, which is now what? 8. So I have passed the value of A to 9 and the value of B to 8. So once I print this out, I get my result as 9,8. Now that's variable. Now, so one of the things that should come to our mind is variables. Now what if I say first, I can say first name is equal to Wonder and last name is equal to Basi, and I'll say print first name, or I can say print my first name is and I'll say comma first name, and I'll say my last name is comma last name. So once I run this now, somebody want to ask a question? Alright, now my first name is Wonder and my last name is Basi. Now look at, first name is Wonder. Now why did I put this quote? Now this is a string value, so this will bring us to the next concept in Python, which is called data types. Now Wonder is a string, so it is a name, so I put it inside a quote. This is also a name, and I'll say print in quotes my first name is comma. This comma is also called concatenate. Concatenate means joining two things together. You understand? Joining two things together, that's concatenate. Concatenate joins two things together. So join this thing I put here with this, and join this and this here with type this. I can use a plus or I can use a comma or a plus. I can only use a plus if the data type here is the same thing as what I'm trying to join in this place. But if it is not the same, it will throw an error message. That means I cannot concatenate a number and a text, or concatenating a text and a number together. So that might likely throw an error message. Alright, so this is that. Now let us come to the second type. Second thing to discuss before we proceed. Is there any confusion somewhere? I would like to get feedback from you guys. Any confusion?
No, there's no confusion. But I have a question.
Alright, sir.
Yeah, alright. I want to find out if, aside from this Google Colab for Python programming, can you use Visual Studio?
Yeah, you can use Visual Studio
for this.
You can use Visual Studio. You can also use Jupyter Notebook. What I use, basically, I use Jupyter Notebook to code. Jupyter Notebook is offline. I don't use it online. I don't need to be online to connect to Jupyter Notebook. It's offline. But your instructor told me I should use Colab. That's why I'm using Colab. If not, I would have used Jupyter Notebook. So this is that. So I think we are good to go. Now let's talk about data types. Data types in Python programming. Now Python has quite a large number of data types, very large number of data types. Now what are the few data types that Python has? I'm going to be explaining that briefly. The few data types that Python has. Alright, so now Python has, like I said, a quite large number of data types, and each of them will be used by us. Now what is a data type? Now a data type is, if you hear the word data type, what it means is that data types, or let me not just give you definition, let us do it. Alright, look at it. Data types are the classification of categorization of data items. Data types are the classification of categorization of data items. So each of my data item is categorized into different types. Now, so with the knowledge of this, I know when to put string, I know when to put numbers like integers, floats, and complex, or to put something like sequence type such as lists, tuple, range, or mapping type like dictionary, set types like set or frozen set, boolean type like bool, binary type like bytes, byte array, memory view, and so on. Now we're going to be picking each of these bit by bit. Let's start with the text type.